Go ahead and finish reading that.
As sheep before the herd shears is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who shall declare his generation?
Hey, he said he did not open his mouth. When the sheep get slaughtered, what does the sheep say? Nothing.
That's why he's known as that lamb.
Right. Go ahead, huh?
For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgression of my people he was stricken. And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth.
Right. Go ahead, finish the whole chapter.
Yet it pleased Yahawashi to bruise him.
Right.
He hath put him to grief when thou shalt make his soul and of friends for sin an offering,
right.
So like for sin. He shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand.
Right.
He shall see of the travail of his soul, and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servants justify many. For he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore I will divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong.
Hey, that's when he said in Isaiah 63, who is it that coming from Edom would die coming from Basra, man? And Isaiah 34. Go ahead.
Because he hath powered out his soul unto death.
Oh, and it said he gonna have all the crowns on his head, man. Right? Go ahead.
And he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many, and many intercessions made intercession for the transgressors.
And a key point in that is that it said what? He's going to divide the spoil with the strong.
Right. Right.
That links up with Romans 8 and 16.
Right.
Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit, and if we be the children of Israel, then what?
Then join heirs. Yeah, man.
So that means that the elect are likened unto the strong in Isaiah the 53rd chapter. He say he's going to divide the spoil with the strong.
With the strong.
I got to put it real quick. Hebrews chapter 2 verse 16. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels,
right.
but he took on him the seed of Abraham. Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to the Most High, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people.
44, 19.
I just wanted to bring something, because you were talking about how King Solomon was Yahawashi, and we always bring out Moses is King David, if you can receive it, right? You asked me about that. I never got a chance to bring it out. This is Deuteronomy 33, verse 4. Moses commanded us a law, even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob, and was king in Jeshurun, when the heads of the people and the tribes of Israel were gathered together. And Jeshurun is Israel. So when did this happen?
Right.
It didn't happen in Egypt.
Beautiful. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
When was Moses king of Jeshurun?
Right.
Matter of fact, who is Jeshurun? You know?
Right.
It said Jeshurun waxed fat, kick.
Right. Now Moses was king over Israel too. Now he was king too.
Oh, you talking about Pharaoh? Yeah, when he was in Pharaoh's house, he wasn't even a prince.
No. I'm talking about
brought him out of Egypt.
when he came out of Egypt with him. Yeah, Moses was king over Israel.
In the wilderness?
That's what it meant. Because it was I believe that chapter was written by Joshua, talking about his death. And it says he was king of Jeshurun, meaning he was king of Israel at that time, because he was the one that was calling the shots when he spread him out like the shots. So he was King David as well, if you can see. Yeah, you holding one?
No, I'm good.
Got a precept?
No. Yeah. All right, so this is Hebrews chapter 2 and 11. I'll start at 10. For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect with sufferings. And this links up with Isaiah 53, talking about him bearing the indignation and then him dividing the spoils with the strong. Verse 11 says, for both he that sanctified and they who are sanctified are all of one.
Right. That's beautiful. That's
For
beautiful.
which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren. So the Lord, Yahawashi, even though he's our king and our Lord, he's just like that older brother that's not ashamed of his little brother making a mistake and him having to bear whatever his, clean up the mistake of his little brother. It's like, I'm not ashamed that that's my little brother, even though he made a mistake. Because we're both one. We're both in the same household, and we're both are inheritors of the same blessing.
That precept you just read talks about him dividing the spoils with the strong, and the strong are the elect. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and 42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he sat crowns and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal.
And that's why the Lord tells Esdras, let go from me mortal thoughts. You entering into a place where them little mortal thoughts, them little manly thoughts, them little, that's irrelevant. We putting you in the godhood. You can't be thinking like a mortal and you moving into immortal. You can't be thinking like a corruptible man and you moving into incorruption. It don't match.
And have confessed the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi, now are they crowned and received palms. So, I mean, I can keep going, but that's Yahawashi sharing the spoils with the strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a precept.
Yeah, one.
Oh, go ahead.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahawashi said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sister, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
And that's the time that we're coming into. The Lord is going to divide the strong, the spoils with the strong, man. And those are the ones who standing so stiffly. When you go into what the brother brought out and said, I commended them for standing so stiffly for Yahweh Shah, for standing stiffly for your heritage. In the midst of all of the folly, in the midst of all of these things that people esteem as value and as honor, the Lord is going to reward those that sacrificed and that bear their cross daily. Man. Not every now and then, not when you feel like it. Bearing your cross daily, waking up, even if you don't feel like it. It's going to be days like that. That's when that discipline and that fear, how about Shemel Shashi kick in. And the remembrance of what we stand to gain. It tells you in the New Testament that our light affliction cannot be compared to what we shall receive.
Yeah. You know what, I'll just finish this out, just for the heck of it. It says, he answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world.
Right.
Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi.
In that honor and that reverence, there's no end to it. It's a difference. On this side, you get a manager position. You become CEO. Eventually, you die and you got to start over. You know, Jake bought kind of low. He might just want to be supervisor. Even if you get that crown and that reference is but for a moment, because eventually you got to go back to the dust and come back again. That reference don't end. Ain't no stop to it. Yeah, what, brother?
No.
I got a question. Because like we always say, this is about the elect, man, predestination. All right? So it's in John chapter 6, verse 44. No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
Right.
Hey, and that raising up starts with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Right.
It starts with you knowing who you are and following this. And you can't know who you are if the Lord don't want you to. You can't just will yourself to be an Israelite by coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments. You can be an Israelite by nationality and still be out here in the world. It's a gift of Yahawashi for you to come back to your heritage. That ain't something that's easy to come by. And for the Lord to give you the spirit to believe it. That's why he has it on the highways and hedges. That's a testimony to the Lord's power that he can blind people from the truth. That he can completely blind people from hearing what we're saying and knowing it's true. And they continue to walk. You got more in your brother? That's it. Fine, I got one. So it's John chapter 17. And I'll start at 8. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them.
Right.
And have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. And that's what we do now, man. That's why the Lord said, blessed are them that believe and have not seen me. You know? Because we're exercising great faith in Yahawashi by standing before our enemies, by standing before our nation and telling them to repent. It requires great faith to do that. Verse 9, I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And the Lord is only calling his chosen, man. This is the time for the elect of Yahawashi to reign, man. For them to come back into their glory. And it starts right now. It's the transition. And the Lord is praying for us. Like one thing that really stood out to me in John 17 was I'll continue on, verse 11. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee, Holy Father. Keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. So the Lord is, just like the brother said, the Lord's fighting for us, man. The Lord is saying, look, Lord, I did what you told me to do. If you could do me this one favor, you know, I did what you asked me to do. Can you do me this one solid? Hold them down, because I'm leaving them. Come on, man. Verse 12. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Right. Those that thou gavest me, I have kept. And none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. And that son of perdition goes into Judas. Right. All right, because Judas had to betray the Lord for those 30 shekels of silver to fulfill prophecy. Right. Verse 13, and now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Hey, what's up, brother? Yeah, that brother that came out when he was over there on that boat. Really? Yeah, you didn't see him because he wasn't in front of the camera, but that was the brother that came out.
Yeah.
Oh, that Wednesday when y'all set up over there?
This is back to John 17 and verse 14. I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. That's why you should marvel not, man. Marvel not if these people alienate you. Marvel not if they look at you with discontent, with contempt, with jealousy, with envy, with any kind of bad or evil intentions. marvel not. Because at the end of the day, Yahawashi went through the same thing, man. And still going through it, man. The Lord's name is being rubbed through the dirt as we speak. Continuing on, verse 15, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. Because a lot of times when you come in here, when you come to the truth, you're like, man, this is better than just being with the Lord. All this stuff about to happen, Lord, just go ahead and take me now. You know? And that old Negro spirit, just take me now, Lord, take me.
Job felt like that, man. Job said, why didn't the need prevent me, man? Job wanted to be an abortion. Like, why was he even born, man? No, Job was in that same spirit.
You know, when you first come into this, you get that same sentiment, like, man, I'd rather be up there with y'all. I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the kingdom of heaven, man, than to have the apartment in earth.
Job,
you know what I'm saying?
Especially once you have the understanding. Job was like, shit, these wicked motherfuckers at peace, man.
Right.
Everybody's up there in peace.
Even the wicked.
You got a job to do. Yeah.
But
you got a job to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Where was it? Who was it that
I got a precept.
man who went to the priest to summon
Saul.
Saul. Yeah. He's like, why you want me out, bro?
You and your son gonna be with me tomorrow.
I know.
and you can tell he was sleeping good. He said, why you disquieted me for my rest?
God,
he was pissed.
he was pissed.
You know that death sleep gotta be some good sleep.
What? I heard there's no sleep like it.
Hey, the Lord said that many times, you shall rest with your father. Rest sound nice. It don't sound like, ain't nobody scared to take a nap. Like,
Rest?
you know what I'm saying?
When you go in the spirit world, as soon as you go in the spirit world, everything is open back up to you. You know what's up. So he came back and was like, shit, we ain't even in the kingdom yet. What the fuck you woke me up for? You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn.
Hey, what's that?
He thought he was coming back in the kingdom, man.
The underworld?
With the lichens and the
where the girl had woke up the elder.
Oh,
He was bad as fuck.
He was bad.
God.
And you waking me up before my time?
Yeah, centuries, right. Hey, that was the same spirit Samuel was in.
God.
When brothers come into this truth, brothers be having that spirit like, man, I'd rather be in the spirit world. Man, I heard Yahawashi there. I heard my brothers, the angels, they melanated. I want to get up there with them.
I heard Esau not important up there.
Right.
That chick had the vision.
I heard you ain't got to work, you know. But the Lord, the Lord's prayer was this, you know. The Lord's prayer was like, I don't want them to be taken out of the world. Just keep them from the evil. So if we receiving this word, we got to move with that kind of faith. Like, look, the Lord prayed that I was going to be here, but he also prayed to keep me away from the evil. So even if it look bad, make no haste in the time of trouble. Because you never know what Yahawashi going to work out. Hey, last minute.
It's so funny because you know, I just took a trip recently, and I had to fly, and you know, we leave out of Orlando International. I turn on the news today. One of the TSA agents jumped from the third or fourth floor and killed himself. So he was just saying, like, you never know, you know, how Yahawashi, what he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And I was already, you know, didn't want to be flying with the government shutdown, but no fear, because if I leave tomorrow, it's a blessing, knowing that I did everything I could to try to get into the kingdom. But you know, it's just funny, man.
And that's what you exercise faith. Like, faith ain't something where you just wake up one day and it's crazy, it's ironic, because brothers pray for faith and then they run into adversity and they get mad. Like, that's why you asked for this. I can't just download it into your back of your head like a memory card or expansion pack.
Hey, God.
You can't go to the spirit and say, let me get that precept expansion pack. Let me get the faith expansion pack.
What's that movie where Morgan Freeman was God? I think it was like Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
And then he was talking to the wife, and he said, he gave an example. He was like, if you pray for faith, for patience, do you think God gives you patience, or does he give you situations that should try your patience so it builds it up? You know what I mean?
And that's the idea.
That's the idea of it.
That's why Ecclesiastes 2 says, when you come to a certain room, prepare yourself for temptation. Because you about to be exercising some things you haven't been exercising before. You got three, brother?
This Philippians chapter 1, verse 20. According to my earnest expectation and my hope that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always, so now also Hamashiach shall be magnified in my body, whether it be life or by death. For to me to live is Hamashiach, and to die is gain. But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor, yet what I should choose I want not. For I am in the strait between two, having a desire to depart and to be with Hamashiach, which is far better. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you.
And it's needful for the brethren for you to be here, man. Because brothers bond and their energy is transferred, man. And it's needful for the body for brothers to be on earth, man. Being an example of knowing that you're not the only brother going through some shit, man. We all got personal shit that the Lord putting us through, man. All personal trials and tribulations.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
Right.
But Yahawah is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
Right.
But will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
Exactly, man. That means that whatever the Lord put on you, man, He ain't gonna put nothing more on you than you can bear, man. Everything the Lord gives you is gonna be something that you can handle. You just don't know you can handle it yet.
This is Hebrews, starting at chapter 2, starting at 10. For it become Him, for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering.
Right. And we're being made perfect through suffering, man. The more things you go through, the less you care about the place that you're living in.
Right.
The more you go through, the less you care, man. And that's exactly what the Lord is doing. He's giving us what you call spiritual boot camp, man. You know, He's breaking us down and building us up with a stronger foundation. So when that time, when this Jacob's trouble comes through, you can exercise. You can exercise. All right, you done fasted. Okay, so if I gotta go without a couple meals, hey, the kingdom of heaven is this much closer. Knowing that the kingdom of heaven is that much closer is going to sustain you. That in itself, with everything that's going on in this world in Jacob's trouble, that's how you gonna be laughing at calamity. He said, at famine thou shalt laugh. You ain't gonna be laughing from a cloud. You're gonna be in ground zero. But your ability to care about these things is gonna be so diminished because the Lord will put you through so many things to make you say, man, the Lord will handle it. That you already do that by reflex without even thinking about it.
It's Hebrews chapter 10, verse 32. But call to remembrance the former days in which after ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of affliction.
We the real illuminated ones, man.
Partly while as ye were made a gazing stock, both by reproaches and afflictions, and partly while as ye became companions of them that were so used, for ye have compassion of me and my bonds, and took joyfully the spoiling of your goods, knowing in yourselves that ye have in heaven a better and enduring substance.
Hold on, stop right there. I want to say something. Everybody pick up this Bible, but when you read it, you see he's talking to the elect, man. Right. Everything from Genesis to Revelation is for the elect, man.
Right, he said it was made a gazing stock, man. Elect, man. Who that was that made a gazing stock? It tell you in 1 Corinthians that they were defamed. We said we are defamed. We are made as filth of the world, man. That gazing stock is the elect, man. Like the brother just said, from Genesis to Revelation, this is only for Israel, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, and Haitian, man.
But and it's so crazy. Like, what's the best way to raise up a king? You know, show them the bad, show them the good and the ugly.
Let them live like a peasant.
Exactly. Let them live like a peasant.
Let them live like a servant.
Filth of the world, right?
Exactly.
Right. Just, hey, y'all just gotta watch that man in the iron mask. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm going. I be waiting on y'all to give me a movie to go home to watch this.
Bro, it's Jacob and Esau.
It's a beautiful movie, bro.
No, I ain't watched that yet.
Brother,
I ain't watched it yet. I gotta tell you that I ain't watched it yet. Go ahead, you good out.
Cast not away therefore your confidence, which ye have great recompense of reward.
Hey, that's beautiful. It says you have a great recompense of reward.
Right.
And everything Jake wants, because I mean, we men, we want multiple women, man. We want substance. We want assurance of life. Not to have to wake up and wonder how we're going to make ends meet. We want all of these things and then some. That's what we built to desire. We're lions amongst men. We desire these things in abundance. But we have to do what? We have to go back and learn how to be a king again before we can receive the purpose of being a king. We got to learn how to do that.
I'm gonna say this too. We want real reward. We want real riches, man. That's what Yahawashi Yahawashi is gonna give us. We don't want your fucking 40 acres and a mule, your FRNs,
Your fiat
your
currency.
defile earth. Even if you gave us the earth, we don't want it, man.
We don't want
this
this.
bitch to be burnt so we
Yeah.
can get a proper earth, man.
Now we want justice.
Justice.
We want these so-called white people to pay for what they've done. And we want their children to pay for what they've done.
Done.
On Fox News, they was like, should the children pay for the sins of the father? You goddamn right, bro.
Thus saith the scripture.
Thus saith Yahawashi Yahawashi. Isaiah 14 and 21 say that.
Hold on. If we was born into slavery, are we paying for the sins of our back then?
Right.
A child.
Right.
Come on, man.
Why am I being followed in Masons?
God.
Right.
Why am I being profiled? Because of the sins of my father. If you're spiritual, you can grasp that. But just like we're paying, when we come back as Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you came back as Esau on top for what your father has done. And you're going to pay for that, man. That's easy, man. That's easy money, man.
Like they say, that's right.
Yeah, man.
That's easy money, man. But Esau, that's why in Isaiah 29 and 16 it says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed.
Right.
Because how are you the decider of what's morally good? You got to think about that. Everybody's looking at the so-called white man like this guy. Do you think it's right, sir? What do you feel about that? Well, my scholars tell me some bullshit.
If I may say this, like you were saying earlier, how everybody was drunk off this wine and now they waking up. They in that hangover stage now where it's bitter. It's like, damn, man, everybody fucking finding out.
They want some more of that Babylon. They don't want to wake up.
Right, but that's why that suicide rate is increasing. Because you know what? The walls are closing in. You know when them shooters get caught up in a corner position, what they do? They off themselves. They get caught up in that position where the walls start closing in. Now the so-called white man been exposed.
Hey, they give them more hope. They lose faith.
Yeah, you ain't got. You running out of options.
Hey, the spirit just hit me to bring this out. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 22. It say, therefore, how long the Lord say Esau going into captivity?
1,000 years.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 22. Therefore, whereas thou chasten us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more, to the intent that when we judge, we should carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we should look for mercy.
So that's the whole reason why everything happened. It's a goddamn blessing.
So you will know how to rule with mercy. Because it tells you in Isaiah the 14th chapter what? This is he who ruled the nations in anger.
Right.
This is the man that ruled the nations in anger.
Right,
and the Lord said in due time he's going to set up somebody that's profitable. And how are we learning to be profitable? By being servants in a servant's kingdom, and by seeing the Lord judge the other nations. We're going to learn to have mercy. Okay, the Lord have mercy on us. So we're going to know when to exercise mercy and when to exercise judgment. And Esau is going to be a reflection of exercising pure judgment.
Right.
We're going to be perfect anyway, because like you said, the new covenant. So we're going to be like angels, man.
Right. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Exactly, man.
Due time.
And we're in that time.
You brought something else in due time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was in Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, that's funny. And you just said in due time, wow. Man, precept upon precept, line upon line, man. Connect the dots, man. Damn.
Bro, after all our nation been through, who could be a better judge of character than us? You know what I mean?
Man. Right.
Through the power of Yahawashi Yahawashi.
If I may say this is what you see now is a result of judgment not being carried out. You got so many homosexuals, you got so many suicide rates, you got so many fucking depressed niggas. It's just so much shit. It's without
Chemtrail,
judgment.
GMO food,
Shit goes out of control.
vaccine, killing the kid, autism.
The Sabbath of the land, you're supposed to follow all that.
Right,
Matter
right.
of
Land
fact,
Sabbath, right.
This is a world of no rules. This is a perfect example of a world
Anything
with no
goes,
rules.
man.
No rules. Anything goes. It's crazy.
And besides, they are not in trouble as other men anyway. So what can you do?
Hey, what you expect from a base
Oh,
man?
Revelation 11, 18,
You know what I'm
let's
saying?
get that.
What do you expect from a base man?
Revelation 11, 18.
American dollar is order out of chaos. So
Nouveau
it's
Ordo
chaotic.
Seclorum. Oh,
Very
yeah,
order.
yeah.
Con.
Nouveau Ordo Seclorum, yeah.
18.
Yeah, 11 and 18, Revelation.
It's Revelations 11, chapter 18. Revelations 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged.
And the Lord, all the nations is angry, man, with these Edomites. Okay, through the democracy of these Edomites, they have destroyed all the lands and taken all their resources and tell them how they should live. Go ahead.
And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets,
Which is the elect of Yasha Allah. Go ahead.
and to the saints,
Which is the elect again of Israel, the saints and Israelites, according to Psalm 50 and 5 and Psalm 148 and 14. Go ahead.
and them that fear thy name,
Which is the elect of Yasha Allah, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, and Haitian. Go ahead.
small and great,
Right?
and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
And that's you Edomites, man. Okay? You so-called white people, you're gonna be destroyed for destroying the earth, man.
As you should be, man. And it shouldn't be rocket science. It shouldn't be offensive to say that all the shit that you done on the earth, you should pay for that. In this day and age, that's offensive. But they'll take a man to jail for life for selling a herb.
Right,
But he don't gotta pay for nothing he did.
right.
That surely your things turning them upside down should be esteemed as a part of play, man. And that's why in Isaiah 14 they're gonna say, is this the man? Is this really that guy, man? And they're
Edomites.
saying it now.
Right,
Ecclesiastes 8 and 6.
right.
Because to every purpose there is a time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him. Verse 9. All this have I seen, and applied my heart unto
know.
every work
Right,
that is
right.
done under the sun.
Right.
There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. And so I saw the wicked buried who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
And really that judgment was just prolonged. The Lord just put an extension on it. But eventually the bill was going to have to be paid. He's a means to an end, and now he's at his end. You know? You gotta go.
It's
Go ahead.
Habakkuk 2, chapter 5, and I'm going to go to verse 8. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
Right.
Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell,
Right.
and as death, and cannot be satisfied.
Right.
Which gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
That's you Edomites.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him,
And that's happening right now, man. Go ahead.
and attaining proverbs against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
That's what we out here doing the highways and byways, letting you Edomites know. Go ahead.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, shall they not rise up suddenly?
And what they talking about, that? You done laying yourself with thick clay, man. Hey, you going into a hole in a ditch, you done dug for yourself, man. Or it tell you that you shall lay snares and traps, and you shall fall upon your own sword, man. Right. Go ahead,
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?
Hey, who shall rise up suddenly? The other heathen nations and the nation of Israel, man. Go ahead.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Right. Who the remnant of the people is? Israel, man. The elect of Yasharahla, man. Go ahead.
Because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all they that dwell therein, woe to him that covet and evil covetousness to his house, and that he may not set his nest on high.
Hey, it just said specifics, man. What it said about the blood?
Because of men's blood and for violence of the land.
What does it say in Numbers 35 and 33? The blood that you shed in the land, your blood shall be shedded for that same blood that you shedded. Exactly. So that's specific. That's a code right there to tell you who it's talking about. The Edomites. Habakkuk 2 and 12 said this. Go ahead, keep reading, bro.
City and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth and evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
That hole. Now they go that nest on high again. Okay, well it tell you in Obadiah, man. They set their nest in the heights of the clouds. Right? Go ahead.
Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people.
Nah, it tell you in Micah 2 that he covered fields and take them by violence. Who the hell is this talking about? The damn Edomites.
People, man. Because he didn't just, it say cut off many people, because he didn't just stop at Negroes, Latinos,
Gun.
He over there beating Ishmael ass right now.
Right, man. Right.
Ishmael out there with a chopper and some sweatpants trying to get it.
What? They throwing cocktails and everything over there, man. Gun.
And has sinned against thy soul.
Right. And sin against your own soul. That's the snares and trap that you laid upon for yourself, man. You Edomites are stupid, man.
That's why the brother brought that precept out that you shall rule to your own hurt.
Right.
Everything that you got planned for everybody else is gonna happen to you, man. As it should. You got it, brother.
For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and established a city by iniquity.
There you go. You Edomites, man. You so-called white people built a town on blood, man.
Yeah, then they walk up the street and look all stupid and shit, like we said something that's off the wall. But when they home alone, or when they home with each other, and they threw back a couple six-packs, they glory in what they did top. And they know that.
Hey, to prove that fucking governor from Virginia, man, he just got exposed, man.
Yeah.
With that blackface and the KKK.
Oh, yeah.
That was, what, 30 years ago?
Hey.
Yeah.
Damn devils, man. Hey, this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 16.
That's why the Lord putting the so-called white man in slavery, man. For destroying the fucking earth, man.
Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For Yahawah hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will from other nations, man.
And the Lord is going to use some Edomite nations to take care of that.
Right.
The Lord is constructing World War III, and who's the headliners of that tour? So
Russia is going to blow this beach up.
Hey, right now, Iran and China are down there in Venezuela, man. Right now, man.
And Russia.
And what Putin said, you better not come over here to Venezuela. We're going to bomb your ass.
They've been waiting. Hey, the Russians been waiting for some get back.
Waiting for get back, bro.
And don't think Ammon forgot. Don't think the Japanese forgot. They all gonna turn on you, man.
They
They didn't forget about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They want some get back, man.
Those that have been at peace with me have deceived me.
Right, that Obadiah 1 and 7.
They've been playing their part, waiting for the perfect opportunity.
Hey, like Elder said, you're gonna get Obadiah.
They got a special on Netflix right now on Hiroshima, right? And they said after the
Oh, I was finna watch that too.
it's good.
I seen I was finna watch that.
Dropped the bomb, bro. Hiroshima, the Americans went over there, bro. And you know them Japanese were putting them to death? They didn't report that shit. Right after they dropped the bomb, the Americans came to survey the land and shit.
Right.
They were putting them fucking Edomites to death, man.
Wow.
They don't
I started to watch that too. I was flicking through that,
That's
man.
good, bro. It shows
I
you
started
how we roll together in the smoke.
But that shows you that when the righteous are gonna be in authority, all the people are gonna rejoice, man. Even the fir trees are gonna say, since you got the rulership, your fella came to take us down. That goes into that deforestation.
Bring it out.
Yeah, the precept, bring it
Yeah,
up.
I
And all of these are just facts of the matter, man. This is just Esau's rap sheet. Just like we're owning up to what we've done, Esau's gonna have to own up to what he's done. That's why in Lamentations, the 4th chapter says, look, enjoy
Rejoice and be
yourself,
glad.
but to my children, your iniquity is accomplished.
Enjoy yourself.
No more captivity from you bastards. Go
This
ahead.
is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the